WWI versus WWII. Which war had the better cold weather bed setup? If you value hard-earned historical knowledge that still works when the temperature drops, well, you're in the right place. Before we get into it, make sure you're subscribed to Warfield Prepper Chronicles and, give this video a like. This channel exists to preserve field-tested survival knowledge that modern convenience has, pretty much forgotten. Now, let's get straight to it. World War I relied on layered insulation and body heat preservation as the core system. World War I soldiers slept in an era where electricity, portable heaters and synthetic insulation were non-existent at the front. The bed setup was brutally simple, but honestly effective. The foundation was always insulation from the ground. Straw, hay, pine boughs, wooden planks or packed earth were used to stop conductive heat loss. On top of that came wool blankets, usually 2 to 4, layered tightly and tucked under the body. Soldiers often slept fully clothed, sometimes with greatcoats on, trapping heat inside a sealed system. From a practical standpoint, this setup worked because it respected physics. Heat loss to the ground was minimized first, airflow was restricted second, and body heat was recycled rather than escaped. For modern winter survival, this translates directly. A foam pad, cardboard, or folded blankets under your mattress matters more than adding another comforter on top. Wool blankets layered tightly outperform loose modern bedding when the room is unheated. World War II introduced specialized gear but increased reliance on issued systems. By World War II, militaries recognized cold injuries as a strategic problem. Sleeping systems became standardized. Soldiers were issued sleeping bags, often paired with ground sheets or shelter halves. Materials improved, but early World War II sleeping bags were heavy, absorbed moisture, and lost insulation when wet. In extreme cold zones like the Eastern Front or Ardennes, soldiers still supplemented issued gear with extra blankets, newspapers or straw. The advantage here was portability and faster setup. The weakness was dependence on issued equipment being dry and intact. If a bag got wet, warmth dropped fast. From a prepper perspective, this teaches redundancy. A modern sleeping bag alone is not enough in sustained cold. Pair it with wool blankets and ground insulation. World War I beds, really excelled at static warmth, while World War II beds, well, they favoured mobility. If the question is which war had the better cold weather bed setup, honestly, the answer depends on context. World War I setups were superior for static, long-term cold exposure. Trenches, dugouts and billets allowed soldiers to build layered, semi-permanent sleeping arrangements that held heat remarkably well. On the other hand, World War II setups were better for movement, but they did sacrifice thermal stability in prolonged cold. For civilians facing winter power outages or unheated homes, the World War I approach wins. Build downward insulation first, compress layers, eliminate drafts, and use dense, natural fibres like wool. Now, World War II methods shine for vehicle kits, bug-out scenarios, or mobile camps where speed matters. So, how do you apply this knowledge during a modern winter without heating? Well, start by insulating the ground or mattress base using foam, folded blankets or even rugs. Add 2 dense layers under you before adding anything on top. Use wool or wool blend blankets if possible. Sleep in dry clothing, cover your head, and block airflow around the bed using curtains or furniture placement. This mirrors both wars' most effective practices, and honestly works even in sub-freezing indoor temperatures. Now, the final takeaway for historians and survivalists: World War I mastered heat retention through layering and mass. World War II improved mobility but never replaced the fundamentals. Combine both and you get the most reliable cold-weather sleeping system possible. If this kind of historical survival knowledge matters to you, subscribe to Warfield Prepper Chronicles, like the video, and share it with others preparing for winter. This is knowledge worth keeping alive.